like if you're now really gearing, you want to get started, but you're like, how do I get started? It's just so overwhelming. Then I would recommend that you go to our project page, which is this one, and you can jump here to this section here about help. I've never edited Wikipedia before. And here we explain how to get started. And then this thing here is really very practical steps how to get started. So one is to join the Slack channel, which you've probably already done, and put your Wikipedia username behind your profile name. And now this talk page. So you can see I've made that the third point here on the list. Locate your own Wikipedia talk page. So I'll just show that. Do I have to minimize this? Okay. So in Wikipedia at the top here, this is I'm logged in. So you have to log in to see it like this. My username is emsmile, and this is my talk page. So everyone has a talk page, but it might be empty to start with when you're brand new. So my talk page is not as big as Phoebe's, but I've got some stuff on here. So have a look at your talk page. And if it's completely empty, then that's all right, but it will fill up over time. So what you'll see is very soon you'll get a welcome message. So for example, this here is one of the users, very good guy from Tanzania. See here, he's got a little thing here on his user page, and I encourage everyone to write a little bit about themselves on their user page. But his talk page looks like this. So anyone can see anyone's talk page. And down here, I've left, this is the welcome note that I'm leaving on everyone's talk page. So you'll probably soon see that on your talk page. And this is earlier events. And you can see here that he's actually replied to something. And this is a good practice that I would recommend you do. Just maybe practice replying to someone on your talk page. So how do you do that? You click here on edit source. And I'm just going to put it in and later on delete it again. Actually, it's not, yeah. So I start with these 2 colons, which is indenting the reply. And then I would put my reply here. And then at the end, I would put these 4 tildes. And everyone gets confused about this thing. But it looks like this, and it's somewhere on your keyboard. And it is used to sign what you've written. So if I click here on publish changes, then what I've written there will appear on that talk page. And you can see that instead of the 4 tildes, it's now got my name and the date there. Okay, but I better undo that quickly because he'll be wondering why somebody did that. So here's the undo button. So if you've ever done something by mistake, it's very easy to find the undo button and undo it. Okay, and so now the other important thing is with these talk pages, you want to be notified by email when somebody has left something on your talk page. This is what I would recommend. To do that, to allow Wikipedia to notify you by email, you have to adjust your preferences. So you click here at the top on preferences, and then there's quite a few quite interesting things here. And I encourage you to have a look what you can adjust here. So that thing about emailing is right at the front here. So it's the tab called user profile, where you've got here this thing called email options, where you can add your email address. And then here you allow that this email address is being used. So it says, for example, I've ticked all of these. Email me when a page or file on my watch list is changed. So these things I recommend ticking, because otherwise you have to log into Wikipedia to see if somebody has messaged you, right? But it's much better to allow this email notification. And then the other thing I recommend to change in your preferences at the very start is this button here where it says editing. You can set it up so that both editor types are visible. So I think the default is still that only one is visible, or maybe they've changed the default. It used to be like that. So make sure you have both editor tabs visible, which means if you want to change an article, for example, you want to edit this one here, climate change in Africa, you can use it. You have these two buttons, the visual editor or the source editor. Okay, and maybe just at the end of my little intervention here. So coming back to this project page, have a look at these things here, how to get started, these first steps. And then also if you scroll down further, these are the articles that we recommend that we work on this week. You can, of course, do other things, but this is what we would recommend. We would be very excited if people work on these articles here. And for each of these groupings, so this is the group adaptation and impact articles. We've given here the article, the view rates, the quality rating, and here we can put who wants to work on that. And this could be interesting to find collaborators. So with these tables, you can click on this little arrow here. For example, if you click here, it is sorting the table so that the article with the highest view rates is this one here, climate change, comes on top. So you might decide, I want to focus on articles with high view rates. Or you might decide the opposite, you want to start with the low view rates. And then the same here with the quality rating. You could say, I want to focus on articles that have a low rating, for like C rating or start, that's even lower. And if you want to commit to working on an article or just to indicate that that's what you plan to do, I mean, nobody will hold you, like, you know, if you don't follow through with your plan, but it's good to make a plan. You would click here on edit source, and then you can add your name here. So if you want to work on this article, effects of climate change, you would click here, edit source. And now this is how it looks in the source editor. This is the table. You can see here, this is my name. So you could just do it in the same way and add your name to the article.